Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Foods, our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop Stewart Nissan of Enid.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet & Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Foods, our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop StewartNissanOfEnid.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet and Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
About to begin boys action here. Voice of the Bronx, Roger Ghostin, not here tonight. He's typically your starting lineup announcer. Instead, Superintendent Jim Patton stepping in. Patton's a little bit more focused on enunciation instead of flair. That's okay. Kremlin Hillsdale taking on the Timberlake Tigers. Kremlin Hillsdale ready to go. Some of the fans around me saying, that was really loud. That's the loudest they've heard the team break out before game action all year. Starting for Timberlake, this is Cade Severin, Jack McCoy, Ethan Ginlink, Merrick Judd, and Cade Redding. For Kremlin Hillsdale, that's Landon Schultz, Everett Bonine, David Hoover, David Granberg, and Harris Keithley. Merrick Judd and Landon Schultz will tip it off. Kremlin Hillsdale won in the first meeting between these two teams, 49-45, in an upset in the Cherokee Strip Conference Tournament. Timberlake was the 2 seed, Kremlin Hillsdale was the 7. They upset the Tigers. Timberlake starting off in a zone. This is Bonine. He tried to skip it over to Granberg and finds Keithley long 2-pointer. That's up and good. Harris Keithley gets the scoring started. Good to see him put one in after having such a difficult time last night. Kremlin Hillsdale was defeated by the Ringwood Red Devils last night in a tough one, 73-37. This is Cade Redding, left wing. Gets it inside to Severin. Severin goes up over a pair of Bronc defenders and puts it in. Schultz inbounds now to Bonine. Cade Severin, first 2-pointer of the game for Timberlake. Bonine. So Redding comes out on him, finds Granberg, back to Bonine, now to Keithley. Keithley looking underneath. This is Schultz, and Schultz has it taken away by Ethan Genlink. Genlink with the steal. Gets it to Jack McCoy. Jack McCoy bringing it up with the right hand. He's guarded by Harris Keithley. Bronx in man-to-man defense. Redding back to McCoy. And Landon Schultz called for a foul. It looked like a jump ball to me, but Schultz hits the floor. Cade Severin, who he was trying to deny the pass to. Kremlin Hillsdale whistled for their first foul. Landon Schultz picks up his first personal. McCoy, the inbounder now for Timberlake, finds Cade Severin, finds Cade Redding. He shoots a long 3-pointer. We're talking 6 feet behind the 3-point line, folks. That one's up and no good. David Granberg comes down with it for Kremlin Hillsdale. Finds Harris Keithley. Underneath now to Landon Schultz. His 2-point turnaround is up and no good. Rebound tapped around, fought for. And we've got a foul on Kremlin Hillsdale. Who are they going to call that one on? Was that on 22? They're going to call that one on 22, Landon Schultz. So he just picked up 2 in a matter of 30 seconds. We're less than 90 seconds into this one. 6:35 remaining in the first quarter, and Landon Schultz has already picked up 2 fouls. He was instrumental in their first victory as he scored 8 points in that one. This is Jack McCoy, right wing. Finds Judd underneath. Judd was absent in their Kremlin Hillsdale victory over Timberlake. His 2-point attempt is up and no good. Rebound to David Granberg. Granberg bringing it up now for Kremlin Hillsdale. Finds Everett Bonine. Swings it over left wing to Keithley. Now Schultz. Schultz is double teamed by Severin and Judd. Finds Granberg right wing. He drives with the right hand. Puts it up and in. And he's fouled. And one opportunity here for David Granberg. Counted in the foul for David Granberg. Kremlin Hillsdale out to a 4-2 lead over Timberlake here. Maddox Myers will check out Landon Schultz. So your normal starters for Timberlake, J.J. Pippin and Dylan Schloop, are on the bench tonight to start things out. Granberg at the line for one shot. That one is up and no good, too strong. Rebound comes grabbed by Merrick Judd. This is Cade Redding, right wing. Well behind that 3-point line. Swings it over to Jack McCoy for 3. That one's up and no good. Rebound by Bonine. Bonine is reached in on by Merrick Judd. That one's tapped out of bounds. Basketball will go to Kremlin Hillsdale. Granberg will inbound to Bonine in the backcourt. Kremlin Hillsdale up by 2. 5:45 remaining in this first quarter. This is Bonine. Finds Granberg, right wing. Swings it up to Bonine. Now to Keithley. Long left wing 3 is up and good. Harris Keithley, count that one at 2. 5 points now for Harris Keithley. After Kremlin Hillsdale didn't make a 3-pointer through 3 quarters last night. Cade Redding's 3-pointer's up and good for Timberlake, and they answer 7-2. 7-2, now 7-5. Kremlin Hillsdale's lead is now 2. This is Everett Bonine bringing it up with the right hand, crossing over, looking for a Bronc to pass to. It's a 3-2 zone by Timberlake. This is Bonine, guarded by McCoy. Childhood friends Bonine and McCoy. Granberg finds Myers underneath. Myers on the baseline, looking uncomfortable down there among the trees. One's tapped out of bounds by Judd. Will remain with Kremlin Hillsdale. J.J. Pippin checks out Kate Severin. Pippin provides a lot of energy underneath, especially when rebounding. This is Granberg. Now to Bonine. In the corner for three. That one rims out no good. It's grabbed by Judd. Judd will push now for Timberlake. Gives it to McCoy. McCoy traveled with it on the right corner. Another turnover for Timberlake. Kremlin Hillsdale clinging to a 2-point lead. Full court press now for Timberlake. We'll see how Kremlin Hillsdale handles it. This is Harris Keithley. Bounce pass to David Hoover, back to Bonine. Kremlin Hillsdale will get it across, no problem. 4:20 left here in this first quarter. Granberg lofts a three. That one's up and good. And folks, I'm telling you, Kremlin Hillsdale could not buy a three-pointer last night. They shot, it had to be 15 three-pointers and couldn't get any of them to fall in the first three quarters last night. Their reserves were already in. The game was already decided when a three-pointer finally fell. And they've made two in this first quarter. David Granberg has 5 and Harris Keithley has 5. Granberg with it now. Finds Bonine. Skips it over to Keithley. Keithley left wing. Finds Hoover underneath. Mid-post. Kicks it out now to Myers. Myers to Keithley. Now to Granberg. Granberg guarded by Redding. Now to Keithley. Keithley lost his dribble there. Finds Bonine. Bonine guarded by Redding. Now Granberg guarded by Genlink. Dribbling with the left hand. Redding rotates. Now to Myers underneath on the baseline. To Granberg. Skips it over to Bonine left wing. To Myers left corner. Gets Pippin up in the air. Dribbles by him. Keithley up top to Granberg. Gets Redding to jump. This is Keithley up top. Straight on. That one's good. Harris Keithley with 8 points early on. A pair of 3-point makes for him. 13-5. Kremlin Hillsdale leads by 8. 3:17 left here in the first quarter. We will be right back as Kremlin Hillsdale out to an early 8-point lead in the first quarter of this one.
Imagine a school with more.
Back here, first quarter of action, 3:17 left. Kremlin Hillsdale on top 13-5 in this first period. This is Jack McCoy bringing it up now for Timberlake. Tigers with the basketball. This is Judd driving with the left hand, kicks it out to Redding. Redding's going to loft a three in the face of Granberg. That's up and in. He's made 2 from that left wing. He's got 6 today. Cuts the Bronc lead to 5. This is Bonine with it, surveying, finds Myers. Myers pass fakes, gets the Timberlake defense to rotate. Granberg driving right. And Schlupp was set up for a charge and out of bounds. It will stay with Kremlin Hillsdale. So the bounce pass from Granberg was tapped out of bounds by the Tigers. Kremlin Hillsdale will have it in the corner, their own side. Bonine, this is going to be a tough pass. Got to fire it into Granberg. Back to Bonine. Bonine in the corner. Looked like he might have been fouled, and he is by J.J. Pippin. So Pippin whistled for his first. Both teams now have 2 team fouls. 1 on Ethan Genlink, 1 on J.J. Pippin for Timberlake, and 2 on Landon Schultz for the Bronx. This is Bonine underneath to Myers. And Granberg pass fakes to Hoover. Shoots a 3 himself. That one's up and no good. 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. We got a walk on Merrick Judd. Couldn't decide between shooting and driving and called for a walk as he shuffled his feet trying to decide. 13-8, Kremlin Hillsdale is on top. This is Maddox Myers. He's going to give it back to Bonine. Bonine looking for Hoover. Back to Myers. Now Keithley tried to force it into Hoover. Judd stole it away. His 2-point layup is good. So after big lead for Kremlin Hillsdale, eight-point lead is now trimmed to 3. 5-0 run here off the timeout for the Tigers. Harris Keithley from the corner makes another. Harris Keithley with 3 threes in this first quarter. He has 11. Underneath Schlupp, he misses that 2-pointer, and we got a foul on the floor. They're going to get David Hoover fouling J.J. Pippin. Pippin came down with the rebound, and Hoover fouled him before he could go up with it. 16-10 is your score. Cameron Brewer checks in. Jack McCoy checks out for the Tigers. A box set underneath here for Timberlake. This is Redding in the corner. He's going to loft a three-pointer that's up and good, and he has been money from that left side. He has gone shot for shot with Harris Keithley thus far. To Bonine, now to Maddox Myers, now to David Hoover, to Bonine, to Granberg. Press broken. And David Granberg wanted to go underneath. His teammate cut away from him, and he picked up his dribble and then started again. Double dribble called on Kremlin Hillsdale. 16-13 is your score. Kremlin Hillsdale is on top by 3, trying to hang on early in this one. 1:31 left in this first quarter. We'll be right back.
Than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Foods, our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support
Back here, first quarter of action. Kremlin Hillsdale on top by 3, but Timberlake has the basketball. They can tie it up with a three-point make. This is Cameron Brewer tapping it back to Merrick Judd. 1:25 left here, first quarter. 16-13, Kremlin Hillsdale on top. This is Pippen at the free throw line, kicks it out to Redding. He's going to loft a three-pointer. That one's up, rattles out, no good. David Hoover tried to come down with it, batted it around. Schloop tapped it right to David Granberg, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Tigers. Goodness gracious, what a sequence there. Nobody wanted the basketball. It was tapped around, out of bounds, finally. David Granberg tapped it out. It goes to Timberlake. This is Merrick Judd to Cameron Brewer. Brewer firing left wing to Cade Redding to Brewer. He's going to loft a three-pointer from the left wing. That was his first shot of the game. That one's up and no good. And Bonine came down with the rebound, started to dribble, and he was fouled from behind. So 3 team fouls on each squad now. Who are they going to say that Everett Bonine was fouled by? We're going to say it was on Merrick Judd. That's his first. Caden Stewart checking in for the Bronx. David Hoover going to the bench now. Ethan Genlink will sub out Cade Redding. We'll see what Timberlake can muster offensively without their leading scorer on the floor. Redding has 9. He just checked out of this one. 3 made threes, all from near the same spot, and Kremlin Hillsdale's going to have a hard time getting it across here. Granberg finds Stewart. They've got to go. They do. Granberg gets it across to Myers underneath. He didn't use the glass. Instead, tried to shoot it from the baseline. He's up and no good. J.J. Pippen hits the deck. Fast break, nothing doing there for Kremlin Hillsdale. 16-13 your score. 45 seconds left in this first quarter. That foul is called on Caden Stewart. Fouling specialist is Caden Stewart. He's been compared to a hockey enforcer for the Bronx. I'd agree with that. I think he serves that role. He's guarding Pippen here. And we got 3 in the lane underneath, I believe. As Timberlake could not figure out what offense they were going to run. 35 seconds left in this first quarter. Stewart gets it into Everett Bonine. To Stewart, to Granberg, to Maddox Myers, and Myers had it tapped away. You got to go grab the basketball against this Timberlake defense. They will reach in, and if you do not go to the basketball, they will steal it away. Genlink makes a 3 and ties it up. 16-16. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bronx just trying to get it across. Bonine picks up his dribble. He's got to get it across, and he's fouled by J.J. Pippen. Pippen is whistled for his second. He reached in there on Bonine. That's the 4th team foul on Timberlake. 16-16 is your score. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Kremlin Hillsdale has to get it on their own end, or else they could be in trouble. This is Granberg. He's got a 3-on-1. He's got to push it. Finds Keithley. Long 2-pointer is up and no good. Granberg gets the offensive rebound. Putback is up and in. They say count it. David Granberg puts it in as the buzzer sounds. 18-16, Kremlin Hillsdale takes the lead by 2 off an offensive putback for Kremlin Hillsdale. So we'll give you a scoring summary. Paris Keithley has 11. David Granberg has 7. And that makes 18 for Kremlin Hillsdale. That's easy enough. Just 2 guys have scored for the Bronx. For Timberlake, they've gotten 9 from Cade Running, 2 from Merrick Judd, 2 from Cade Severin, and 3 from Ethan Genlink to give them 16. We're going to have a good one here tonight, folks. These two teams played close the first time. Merrick Judd was absent from that contest. So was Cameron Brewer. They've got them back tonight, but Colton Lorman was lost for the season due to an injury. This is your district preview, ladies and gentlemen. These two teams will be playing in 1 week, but when it counts in the playoffs, the winner will move to the district championship against the winner of Medford and Burlington next week. So these two teams will play again in 1 week's time. Kremlin Hillsdale won the first meeting. Second meeting is happening now. Second quarter of action upcoming. The third meeting will happen next week in the district semifinal. This is 18-16, Kremlin Hillsdale on top of Timberlake. Merrick Judd will get the ball from Cameron Brewer. Dribbling with the left hand now is Judd. Kremlin Hillsdale has switched to zone. Coach Hawkins trying to throw a wrinkle at the Tigers that they haven't seen. This is Merrick Judd giving it now to Jack McCoy, to Cameron Brewer, to Genlink, now to Judd in the right corner. Thought about shooting it on Hoover, instead skips it out to McCoy. McCoy comes down with it, gives it to Ethan Genlink. Genlink looking for Judd, finds him. He's guarded by Everett Bonine, and Bonine forced him to step out of bounds. And Cade Redding will step in for Timberlake. Who will he relieve? Cameron Brewer goes to the bench now for the Tigers. J.J. Pippin on the bench as well for the Tigers. Schultz will inbound. He had 2 fouls early in that first quarter. He's back now. Bronx have their starters back in this one. Schultz to Bonine now. Bonine's going to be trapped. Instead gets it to Hoover before he is. This is Granberg in the corner. He's going to loft a 3. That one's up and good. David Granberg. Count it for him. He's got 2 threes today in Kremlin Hillsdale. Having a very good night from outside the arc. Ethan Genlink goes to the other end and answers. So just when Kremlin Hillsdale looks like they're going to maybe make a run, Timberlake goes to the other end and puts it in. This is Hoover. He's going to shoot a 2-point left-hand layup that's up and no good, and Bonine's going to be called for a reach-in on Dylan Schloop. Schloop had obviously come down with the rebound, and Everett Bonine reached in, trying to contest the post player. Sometimes that'll work, and you can get a cheap steal. Not that time. Bonine called for his first. 5 team fouls now on the Bronx, 4 for Timberlake. 21-19. Kremlin Hillsdale is on top, but Timberlake driving. They can take the lead with a 3-point make here. This is Jack McCoy dribbling with the right. Gives it now to Merrick Judd, to Cade Redding. Underneath to Judd. Judd finds Schloop underneath. Great bounce pass there. It's tied at 21. Off a 2-point make from Dylan Schloop. It looks like Coach Pierce for Timberlake is calling off the Dogs. Their press has given up a couple of easy buckets for Kremlin Hillsdale. They weren't able to cash in last time as Hoover had a left-hand layup. Wouldn't fall. Nonetheless, they forced Timberlake to relinquish their pressure. This is Everett Bonine. He finds David Hoover. David Hoover finds Landon Schultz on the right block. His 2-point attempt is up and no good. And David Granberg was trying to shoot a putback layup. He was fouled by Dylan Schloop. He is called for his first. 5 team fouls apiece for these squads. David Granberg will be at the line for 2. He has 10 today. David Granberg dribbles 3 times, up with the free throw and good. First free throw of the game for either side is a make for David Granberg. Andrew Wright checks in. Everett Bonine checks out for the Bronx. And looks like we have some perspiration on the basketball. Looking for a towel are the officials. Coach Hawkins shuffling into his office. He'll see if he's got a towel in there. And he does. What do we have there? It looks like a Mickey Mouse towel. So Mickey Mouse will aid the Bronx here. Dry off the basketball. 22-21. David Granberg at the free throw line can make it a 2-point lead for Kremlin Hillsdale. So he made his first. He'll have a second upcoming. Perspiration on the basketball. Comes off a little bit differently here amidst this pandemic, but nonetheless, play continues. Granberg's second free throw is up, and no good, too strong. Rebound to Merrick Judd for Timberlake. He's going to take a 2-on-3, lobs it underneath to Ginlink. His contested there by Harris Keithley. Bronx could not get in front of Ginlink there. He made a shot from the left block. That gives Timberlake their first lead of this one. This is Granberg underneath left block. That one's up and good. David Granberg having himself a day. And we got a timeout Timberlake as Coach Pierce is disgusted with his team's effort. He wants to talk about the easy baskets that Kremlin Hillsdale has been getting in transition. He feels like his squad is not hustling back. He's called a full timeout to talk about it. 24-21, the Bronx lead by 1. 5:54 left in the second. We'll be right back.
Local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Back here, second quarter of action. This is Kremlin Hillsdale on top by 1, 24-23. Timberlake with the basketball now. This is Jack McCoy bringing it up for the Tigers. Kremlin Hillsdale has switched to a zone in this second quarter of action. It's thrown the Tigers for a loop a little bit. This is Judd left wing. Swings it over to McCoy. He has got a foot on the three-point line. Passes to Ginlink to Judd. Now to Redding in the corner for 3. That one is up and good. Cade Redding has hit 4 3-pointers in this one. That gives Timberlake a 2-point lead. Harris Keithley with it now, trying to break the press. And he's going to be, and no, they're going to call a foul there as the official on the near side whistled a 10-second violation. And the official on the far side says timeout beforehand. So timeout is given to Kremlin Hillsdale as they were in trouble of a 10-second violation. The official on the near side had already whistled the 10 seconds. One on the far side said timeout for the coach. 26-24. Kremlin Hillsdale is on top by 2. Excuse me, Timberlake is on top by 2. 5:18 left in this second quarter. The teams are already in their timeout break. The officials are explaining to Timberlake that there's not a turnover. A timeout was granted beforehand. Kremlin Hillsdale has already broken their timeout. Timberlake has spent the entirety of this break arguing with the officials, so missed opportunity there. Kremlin Hillsdale's already ready to play. Timberlake, instead of getting a full 30 seconds to strategize, they spend about 5 seconds instead. This is Lennon Schultz inbounding for the Bronx. Timberlake has switched to a man-to-man defense. We've seen zone all day from the Tigers, and now they pick up their matchups full court man. This is Schultz. Looks like a run and jump maybe for the Tigers. And Schultz lofts it over the head of Hoover out of bounds. It'll be Timberlake basketball. We get a turnover as the Bronx can struggle to handle man-to-man pressure from time to time. 24-26. Timberlake on top by 2. This is Merrick Judd to Cade Redding in the corner. He's guarded by David Hoover. Bronx still in their zone. Genlink. This is Redding in the corner. Redding has a very quick three-point release. He's running that baseline. This is Judd. Back to McCoy. McCoy to Judd. Now Redding gets it in the corner. He's made 4 threes today, all from that left side. 2 from the left baseline and 2 from the left wing. Like I said, he's got a very quick release. As soon as he catches, you've got to have a hand in his face. Bronx do not there, and he makes another. Oh, my goodness. That's 5 3-point makes now for Cade Redding. And he is making the Bronx pay. This is Everett Bonine now. Guarded by Judd. Gets through the Timberlake defense, misses the right-hand layup. Landon Schultz comes down with the rebound, but he's slapped in the face in the process. They're going to call that foul on Merrick Judd. That is his second. Kremlin Hillsdale will be in the bonus after this inbounds play. Landon Schultz, harassed by McCoy. Granberg fakes it. And the normal inbound play there, you would see Schultz get it to Granberg, to Hoover, then to Bonine in the far corner. But instead, Granberg saw the opportunity for Timberlake to fake them out and attack the basket. He did. Drew a foul. That's 3 now on Merrick Judd. Granberg will shoot 2 at the line. He is 1 for 3 today. Make that 1 for 4. Granberg has 13 today, but at the free throw line he struggled. Second free throw for David Granberg. Dribbles once, twice, 3 times, up, and rattles in. Free throw good there from David Hoover. He's got 14 now, 29-25. Timberlake leads by 4. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Timberlake leads. This is Cade Redding, left wing. Now to Pippen, to Brewer, to McCoy, to Redding. Redding on the right wing, to McCoy, swinging it back left to Brewer. Brewer now dribbling with the right hand, gives it up to Pippen. Underneath now is Cade Redding. He has it tapped out of bounds. Everett Bonine saves it against the wall. David Granberg comes away with the loose ball. This is Everett Bonine. Looks up the court to Harris Keithley. Keithley has burned the Tigers with 3-pointers early in this one. Not able to find daylight there for a shot. This is Everett Bonine. And David Hoover just made a bad pass there to Landon Schultz. Coach Hawkins claps his hands. His shot was there, but David Hoover just threw it up against the wall toward the concession stand. 29-25. Kremlin Hillsdale trails by 4. This is McCoy left elbow. Underneath to Severin. And Everett Bonine knew he was beat, just fouled Severin there. Everett Bonine is going to be called for his second. The team's 6th. 3:18 left in this second quarter. Ethan Haggard would check in now for the Bronx. A little bit of a miscommunication there as Severin got it underneath. Looked like he was going to have an easy bucket. And Jack McCoy will inbound now. Finds Severin. Severin shooting from the right block. He's fouled. Who's going to whistle that one on? It's either going to be Ethan Haggard or David Hoover. They're going to call it on 32, David Hoover. David Hoover whistled for his second. Timberlake now in the bonus as each team has committed 7 team fouls. Cade Severin at the line. He made a 2-pointer early in this first quarter. Has yet to score since. He'll be at the line for 2. These are Timberlake's first free throws of this game. They're up by 4 right now. Cade Severin can make it 6. Halfway there, makes the first. Timberlake now leads 30-25. 3:16 left in the second quarter. Cade Severin takes 2 dribbles and up with the second free throw. That one's off the back of the iron, no good. J.J. Pippen comes down with it for Timberlake. Dribbles with the left hand, fakes out the Bronx. Turnaround jumper is good for J.J. Pippen. J.J. Pippen is dangerous on the offensive glass. He's just registered his first basket in this one, but I guarantee you that will not be the first time I call his name tonight. This is Harris Keithley, right wing. Now to Granberg. Granberg looking for Ethan Haggard underneath. Can't find him. Dribbles with the right hand. Resets to Bonine. To Granberg now left wing. He's a little bit deeper this time. Dribbling with the left hand. Finds Keithley up top. Harris Keithley guarded by Cameron Brewer. This is Everett Bonine on the right wing. Nearly pivots himself into a traveling violation, but finds Granberg. Granberg now to Keithley up top. Hands off to Bonine. 2-3 zone now for Timberlake. They were in a 3-2 to start this one. Then they switched to man-to-man. Now they're showing a 2-3 look. Bonine finds Haggard underneath. Haggard's turnaround jumper's no good, and I believe he fouls Cade Severin there. Yep. They whistle Ethan Haggard on the foul there over the back, and we've got free throw attempt upcoming for Cade Severin. So 1-1. So if you make the first, you get a second. If you do not make the first, it's a live basketball. Cade Severin at the line. He was just at the line where he split the pair. He's 1 for 2 today. 3 points on the evening. First free throw is up, nothing but net. Cade Severin was inserted into the starting lineup in this one. He scored 2 early on. He's scored 2 at the free throw line since. Second attempt coming up here. 4 points, trying to make it 5. Off the front of the iron, no good. J.J. Pippen rebounded the last one. This one goes to Everett Bonine. Bonine controls now for the Bronx. This is David Granberg dribbling with the left. Now to Harris Keithley. Keithley guarded by Jack McCoy. This is Hoover at the free throw line. Gets Severin up in the air. Kicks it back out to Everett Bonine. This is Harris Keithley on the right wing, the lefty. Looks a little bit uncomfortable on that right wing. He likes to be on his native side, that left wing, due to his left-handed nature. This is David Granberg. Harris Keithley. Keithley dribbling with the left. Passes now to Everett Bonine. Now underneath to Granberg. And right-hand block shot for David Hoover's up and no good. Hoover stood straight up, did not fight for his own rebound, and going the other way, Cade Redding finds J.J. Pippen. J.J. Pippen's 2-pointers up and good. We got a 10-point game now. Bronx have hit a little bit of a scoring drought. They've had some turnovers and just simply missed some bunnies. This is Ethan Haggard, left baseline. Finds Bonine to Keithley to Granberg. Granberg guarded closely by Cameron Brewer. He's dribbled right past. Granberg does. Now fires up top to Bonine. Bonine's going to fire with the right hand, and they're going to call an offensive foul there on Bonine. J.J. Pippen at the deck did a good job of drawing the charge there. Everett Bonine called for his third foul, and Maddox Myers will sub out David Hoover. 10-point lead for Timberlake. Jack McCoy checks out. I believe Ethan Ginlink has just checked in for Timberlake. On the court now for both teams, David Hoover, Maddox Myers, Ethan Haggard, Harris Keithley, Everett Bonine, Cameron Brewer, Ethan Ginlink, J.J. Pippen, Cade Severin, and Cade Redding for Timberlake. This is Harris Keithley guarding Ginlink. He's dribbling with the left hand, finds Redding. Redding guarded closely by Granberg. Good defense here by Granberg. 25 seconds left before halftime. Timberlake trying to hold for the final shot. And we got 5 seconds closely guarded. Coach Pierce was trying to tell his senior to pick up his dribble, or else he would definitely be vulnerable to that 5-second call. Redding didn't hear him, and 5-second call it is. That forces a turnover. We'll see what Kremlin Hillsdale can do. They'll try to hold for the final possession of this half. 13 seconds now. Bonine has it up top to Granberg. 10 seconds inside to Haggard. 8 seconds. His turnaround jumper off the backboard and no good. Ginlink rebounds now for the Tigers. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He crosses half court, finds Brewer right wing, takes a dribble, and that one is up and no good. That was an air ball. I'm not sure that would have counted for the Tigers, but nonetheless, they take a 10-point lead into the halftime. Kremlin Hillsdale hit a drought there. The only scoring they got in that second quarter came from David Granberg, and it wasn't much. He scored 7 in that second quarter, and Kremlin Hillsdale led by 2 at the end of that first quarter. They now trail by 10. They scored 18 in the first, 7 in the second, compared to Timberlake 16 in the first and 19 in the second. So 35-25 your score at halftime. Timberlake is on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. We'll give you a scoring summary in just a moment, once I can get my numbers in order. So 2 scores for Kremlin Hillsdale, same as the first quarter. David Granberg with 7, 10, 11, 13, 14. 14 for David Granberg. And Harris Keithley, he started this game off strong with 3 3-pointers and a 2-point make. He has 11. So 14 and 11 makes 25. That's what Kremlin Hillsdale has at the halftime break. For Timberlake, they've got 16 again in the first quarter, 19 in the second quarter, give them 35. 2 points for Merrick Judd, 4 for J.J. Pippen, 15 for Cade Redding, 2 for Dylan Schloop, 4 for Cade Severin, and 8 for Ethan Ginlink.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop StewartNissanAvena.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet and Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Foods, our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop StewartNissanAvena.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Stewart Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet and Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
At Jumbo Food.
Back here, third quarter of action. This is Kremlin Hillsdale with the basketball. They'll be shooting on the right end here, so we get our camera people back in order. Clock resets, fouls reset. This is Everett Bonine. He finds David Hoover right wing. Takes two dribbles with the left hand to Harris Keithley. Keithley now to Bonine. Bonine looking for Granberg. Crosses over on Judd. Finds Granberg now left wing. He dribbles with the right. Gives it now to Keithley. Starters back in now for Timberlake. 2-point bucket there for David Hoover. Right in the middle of the lane. That's the first score, not named David Granberg or Harris Keithley for Kremlin Hillsdale. 2-point bucket there for Andrew Wright, for David Hoover. Makes it 35-27. David Granberg looked like he might have gotten a bloody nose at halftime. Got it taken care of. He commits the foul there on Cade Redding. That's Granberg's first. Team's first. 35-27. Kremlin Hillsdale trails by 8. They led by 2 at the end of the first and trailed by 10 at halftime. This is McCoy pulling up in the middle of the lane. His 2-pointer's up and good. 2 points for Jack McCoy, middle of the lane. Pushes the lead back to 10 for Timberlake. This is Bonine. Bonine trying to crack this defense here for Timberlake. They're still in their 2-3 zone. Their guards make it look like it can be a 2 or 3-2 at some points. This is Harris Keithley. He's wide open right wing. That one's too strong, no good. David Granberg comes down with it. His floater's up and no good. Lennon Schultz will have another opportunity. He rips it away there from Cade Renning. Jump ball. Possession will go to Timberlake. So the largest lead for each team has been 10 for Timberlake and 8 for Kremlin Hillsdale. They led 13-5 with 3:17 left in that first quarter. This is Jack McCoy now. They'll try to extend that largest lead. Timberlake is up by 10 with the basketball. This is Merrick Judd guarded by Bonine. Bonine stays with Judd. Now Granberg gets beat by Redding. Redding in the middle of the lane. His floater's up and no good. Bonine rips it away there from Pippin. Pippin pats him on the back, says good effort. Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Kremlin Hillsdale. 27-37. Bronx still trail by 10. 6:24 left here, third quarter. Bonine bringing it up now. He's going to be guarded by Judd. Still in zone is Timberlake. He fires left side to David Granberg. This is Schultz on the outpost. Skips it up now to Keithley. Now to Bonine. Bonine guarded by McCoy. Now to Keithley. Now to Granberg. Granberg guarded by Judd. Inside now to Hoover. Hoover to Granberg. He's going to loft a three-pointer right over the face of Cade Redding. That one's tapped out of bounds, and we're going to have a foul call on Landon Schultz. That's way too cheap of a foul call on Landon Schultz. You get 2 in the first 30 seconds of the first quarter and sit the entire first quarter and almost all of the second, and then you foul in the first 2 minutes of the third. You just got to be smarter about when you decide to be aggressive if you're Landon Schultz. That one was too easy for the officials as Judd comes up empty on a three-point attempt. Basketball on the rebound goes out of bounds off of a Kremlin Hillsdale foot. It will remain with Timberlake. They'll have a second chance here as Harris Keithley checks out. Maddox Myers checks in. Keithley got 3 three-point attempts that were makes in that first quarter, as well as a 2. He scored 11 in that first frame and hasn't scored since. Coach Pierce called a timeout, was furious with his team for letting Harris Keithley score. And he's yet to find the bottom of the net since, and Everett Bonine fired it into the hands of Schultz. Schultz couldn't handle it, goes out of bounds. It was tapped out by J.J. Pippin. Kremlin Hillsdale retains possession. They're down by 10, trying to break into this lead. Bonine to Schultz. We got a foul call. I believe they got Jack McCoy there on Schultz. Yep, they got Jack McCoy there. That is his first by my tally. Yep, first foul for Jack McCoy. That is the team's first. Tapped out of bounds by Judd. Kremlin Hillsdale still with the basketball. This is Landon Schultz. We'll give it to David Granberg. Bonine, guarded by Pippin on the left side. This is Granberg dribbling with the left hand. Fires it underneath to Schultz. Now to Hoover. Hoover skips it out. Hoover's got to clear the lane, and he did not. Hoover can sometimes lose focus and just walk around on the floor. He did there. He's definitely the Bronx's best defensive player, but on the offensive end, it can be a struggle. This is McCoy. Finds Merrick Judd, right wing. He's guarded by Bonine. Now underneath is Cade Severin. Left-hand dribble now is Judd. Back to Severin. Back to Judd. Judd, and we got a 3 seconds in the lane here for Severin. The official, I believe his name is Darrell, has called 3 seconds in the lane on both squads on back-to-back possessions. The three-pointer there is good for David Granberg. He's got 17 today. Big bucket there for Kremlin Hillsdale. They now trail by 7. The lead is now single digits for Timberlake. They'll try to remedy that as Severin has it now underneath. Looked like he might have walked. Good defense there from Landon Schultz. Bonine comes down with the rebound. Kremlin Hillsdale will run. This is David Granberg going right at Cade Redding. Bonine, guarded by McCoy to Granberg. Now underneath to Schultz. Schultz working on Severin. That two-pointer's up and no good. David Hoover rips it away. Bonine will shoot a 3. That one's up and good. And the official says it's a 2-point basket. So two-pointer there from Everett Bonine cuts the Timberlake lead to 5. That's Bonine's first points of the day. And they've gotten contributions from David Hoover, David Granberg, and Everett Bonine in this third quarter. They've got 7 points in the frame compared to just 2 for Timberlake. The lead is now 5. It was 10 at halftime. 7-2 run for Kremlin Hillsdale to open the half. Halfway through the third quarter, again, your score is 37-32. Timberlake, we'll be right back. Timberlake calls timeout.
Our commitment and involvement in the community has always been the driving force behind the way we do business. We are proud to support local initiatives from food pantries, church programs, our hometown first responders, frontline workers, teachers and school employees, surrounding schools, and so much more. Jumbo Foods, where customers and community matter most since 1987.
Back here, third quarter of action, 4:09 in the third. Bronx are down by 5. Timberlake with the basketball, trying to extend their 5-point advantage. This is McCoy, dribbling with the right hand, finds Judd. Now underneath to Pippin. Pippin trying to turn around on Hoover. That two-pointer's up and good. That was a tough 2-point basket by J.J. Pippin. He's got 6 today. That was by far the toughest shot anyone has made in this basketball game. He made it right in the face of David Hoover. This is Maddox Myers. Finds David Granberg. to Hoover at the free throw line, not looking to score. Instead finds Bonine to Granberg to Myers. Myers left wing, got Pippen up in the air. Didn't take advantage of it. Now to Granberg up top to Bonine to Myers. Myers taking that up top spot as Granberg rotates over. He tried to find Schultz underneath. That one was tapped away, stolen by Cade Redding for Timberlake. He's going to kick it out to Judd. Judd thought about shooting an open three. Instead finds McCoy left wing. Dribbling with the right hand. It's McCoy. That one's stolen away. He tried to force it into J.J. Pippen. Turnover there on the Tigers. Teams swap possessions on turnovers. This is Bonine. He finds Granberg. Granberg right wing. Working on this Timberlake defense. Andrew Wright will check in. Now Lennon Schultz on the baseline. Fires it out of bounds. That one had way too much mustard on it. Kremlin Hillsdale turns it over. Andrew Wright checks in. Maddox Myers checks out for Kremlin Hillsdale. Cameron Brewer checks in. So does Dylan Schloop, Ethan Genlink, Cade Redding, Jack McCoy, and Cade Severin all take a seat. This is Cameron for Timberlake. This is Cameron Brewer, fires to Genlink. Genlink left-hand dribble to Judd, and a pair of Timberlake players weren't sure who it was intended for. Judd fired it into the same spot that Genlink and Schloop were occupying. Both of them tipped it, and it went out of bounds. Turnover there for Timberlake. These teams have exchanged turnovers on 4 straight possessions. This is Andrew Wright, and Wright fires it out of bounds. That is a tough sequence there for Coach Hawkins' Bronx. 3 straight possessions with a turnover now for Kremlin Hillsdale, but Timberlake has bailed them out. Back-to-back turnovers on their possessions. 39-32, Timberlake is on top by 7. 2:25 left here, third quarter. Bonine guarding Judd. Judd's bounce pass to Genlink. Driving in the middle of the lane to the free throw line. Brewer now in the right corner. Could have been called for a carry as it looked like he picked it up on his body. Floater in the lane was an air ball, saved by Pippen. Pippen got it out to Judd, to Genlink now right wing. Timberlake has a second chance opportunity here, and Bonine called for a kick violation. Timberlake will have it in front of their own bench. Now they say it's on the baseline as Harris Keithley checks in. Andrew Wright checks out. The starters are back in for Kremlin Hillsdale. That's Bonine, Keithley, Schultz, Granberg, and Hoover. Genlink looking for Merrick Judd. Everett Bonine did a good job of denying there. The official comes over to help him up. Bonine hit the deck there. Diving to keep it out of Merrick Judd's hands. Good defense by Bonine. Man-to-man defense is very, very tough to keep up in a baseline out of bounds. Keithley slow to rotate to Brewer. Brewer got an open three. Bonine rips the rebound out of the air. 2 minutes left here, third quarter. Bronx trying to cut it into a 7-point advantage for Timberlake. This is Keithley to Bonine. Bonine to Granberg. Granberg left wing. Finds Hoover mid-post. That one's good. David Hoover left mid-post. Puts it in for 2. He's got 4 in the quarter after going scoreless in the first 2 frames. This is Brewer dribbling with the right hand. Guarded by Keithley. Keithley trying to stay in front of Brewer, and he finds Judd now right wing. He's guarded by Bonine. Bonine doing a good job on Merrick Judd. This is Genlink left corner for 3. That one's up and good. Ethan Genlink for 3. He's got 11 now. He's made 3 3-pointers and a 2. Timberlake has been very, very potent from outside the arc. And that one is out of bounds. It'll stay with Kremlin Hillsdale. They'll have it underneath their own basket. 42-34, 1:11 left in this third frame. This is Schultz. He has it. He'll inbound now for the Bronx. This is David Hoover. Fires now to Schultz underneath. His 2-point attempt off the back of the rim and in. Lennon Schultz on the board for the first time today. He's been the leading scorer in a handful of Bronx contests, but not today. So he finds the bottom of the net for the first time here in this third quarter, and we got a foul underneath. I believe they said David Hoover fouled J.J. Pippen there, trying to deny the pass. So that is 3 now on David Hoover. 3 team fouls for Kremlin Hillsdale. Cameron Brewer thought about shooting from the right wing, instead finds Judd. This is Brewer now right wing. 45 seconds left in the third quarter. This is Ethan Genlink. Genlink now driving on Hoover to Judd. Judd touch pass underneath to Pippen. Pippen 2-point attempt is no good. And Pippen tried to make another very high degree of difficulty basket. Came up empty that time. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bronx are down by 6. This is Bonine, guarded by Brewer. Very high 2-3 zone for Timberlake, and The Tigers are content with the Broncs having the last shot of this possession. 15 seconds left here, third quarter. Broncs are up by 6, Broncs are down by 6, trying to cut into that lead. 10 seconds left now. Bonine with it. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Hoover trying to find Granberg. Now finds Schultz underneath. His turnaround jumper on Schloop is up and no good. Time will expire here in the third. Kremlin Hillsdale down by 6. They cut 4 points off of the halftime lead. Timberlake will have the basketball when we resume play in the fourth quarter. Put 8 minutes on the clock. We'll be back for the fourth quarter in just a minute.
Life is a gift of building memories, accepting changes, and sharing experiences.
I don't think I ever really realized the importance of a funeral home until my mother passed away 2 years ago. Everything was just taken care of. Those are decisions you never want to make, and they were extremely helpful in leading us down that path. If you want your family to be taken care of in one of the hardest times of your life, you want to call Ladislaw Evans.
Ladislaw Evans Funeral Home, the name you know and the people you can trust.
Back in the fourth quarter of action, getting ready to start here. Timberlake will have it to begin this final frame. They're up by 6, 42-36 is your score. It gets you a scoring summary here. Everett Bonine with 2, Landon Schultz with 2, David Granberg with 17, David Hoover with 4, and Harris Keithley with 11. For Timberlake, they have 2 from Jack McCoy, 2 from Merrick Judd, 6 from J.J. Pippin, 15 from Cade Redding, all coming by way of 3-point makes. Dylan Schloop has 2, Cade Severin has 4, and Ethan Ginlink with 11. That gives the Tigers 42 points and the Broncs 36. Ginlink will have it now to begin this final quarter of action. Broncs in man-to-man now after being in zone for 2 quarters of action. This is Ginlink. That 2-pointer's up and good. And I have no idea who scored that basket. I was having my attention directed to something that dropped behind me. 2-point attempt in the middle of the lane is no good for David Hoover. So 45-36 your score. Timberlake converts on their first possession of the quarter, and cheap foul there underneath. Where are they going to whistle that one on? They're going to whistle that one on Landon Schultz. That's going to be Schultz's 4th. And that's a problem for Kremlin Hillsdale, as Schultz, one of their most consistent players on the defensive and rebounding ends. Merrick Judd tried to dribble handoff there to Ginlink, just threw it out of bounds. Basketball will go to Kremlin Hillsdale. This is Landon Schultz. Everett Bonine fired it right into the hands of David Granberg. Granberg lost focus. He was thinking about what he was going to do with it when he got it. Instead, it just bounced right off his hands. Granberg now guarding Redding. Redding just shakes his head. Granberg came all the way from three-quarter court back to the other end, and Coach Pierce says, Cade, get out of there. He does not want Cade Redding to bring up the basketball. Instead, Merrick Judd will bring it up now for the Tigers. 1 minute gone by here in this fourth quarter. Timberlake has fired the opening salvo. They've got 2 in the frame, and Everett Bonine will steal it away here. Merrick Judd now comes down with it. He throws it off the foot of Everett Bonine. Timberlake will have it now. 6:49 left. Near steal for Everett Bonine, but couldn't quite get to it. 6:45 left fourth quarter. This is Judd. Judd guarded by Bonine. Man-to-man defense now for Kremlin Hillsdale. Pippin gives it back to Judd. Tigers trying to run a set play here. We got a timeout. Timberlake is frustrated with his squad for not running the set play he wanted called. We got a full timeout. We'll be right back.
Babe, it's time we go to Stewart Nissan. We need to trade in our old vehicle for a new one.
I'm already on it, honey.
Shop StewartNissanOfenid.com from the comfort of your home and get great deals like $1,000 cash back on the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra and $4,000 off the 2020 Murano.
And we even deliver right to your door.
Back here, fourth quarter of action. I've got word that that three-point make was by Ethan Genlink. He now has, goodness, he's got 14. 4 made three-pointers for him. This is Genlink. Genlink gets it to Judd. Judd dribbling with the right hand, guarded by Bonine. He gets a ball screen there from Redding, and Harris Keithley set up for a charge. Didn't quite get enough of him to warrant a foul. We got a foul underneath now as they're going to whistle David Hoover, fouling J.J. Pippin. Pippin came down with the rebound, with the loose ball. David Hoover whistled for the foul. So 4 team fouls now on David Hoover and Landon Schultz for the Bronx. That is a problem. Those are their 2 best defenders. J.J. Pippin gets it on the baseline out of bounds. Goes out of bounds off of Caden Stewart. The freshman couldn't handle the rebound. So a third opportunity on this possession coming up for Timberlake. Pippin now has it underneath. And David Hoover just got beat to the punch by J.J. Pippin. He's got 8 today. And 4th time is the charm as Timberlake now has their largest lead of the day at 11. 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Might be a blessing in disguise, a loss here for Kremlin Hillsdale tonight. It's very hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. And these 2 teams will face off next week. So this is Redding. Redding driving in the middle of the lane. He tried to find Pippin, and Pippin just shoved down Harris Keithley. Picks him up. Good show of sportsmanship there by Pippin. And I believe he will be relieved here in a moment. He's got 3 fouls today. No, Jack McCoy and Cade Severin are going to sub out Dylan Schloop and Ethan Genlink for Timberlake. So 3 team fouls in the half now for the Tigers. 2 team fouls in the half now for the Tigers compared to 5 for Kremlin Hillsdale. David Hoover goes to the bench. Maddox Myers checks in for the Bronx. This is Bonine bringing it up. He'll be guarded by McCoy. Again, Jack McCoy and Everett Bonine both grew up in Hillsdale, Oklahoma, and played as teammates at Hillsdale Christian School and elementary, and both went their separate ways after elementary school. 2-point bucket there is good. I believe that was Cade Redding. This is David Granberg. Now Maddox Myers in the corner. Guarded by Redding. Redding reaching in. Now to Granberg. Granberg got Judd in the air. Got to dribble it. Now finds Myers. Myers to Caden Stewart. His floater in the lane is up and good. Caden Stewart for 2. That cuts the Timberlake lead to 11. 49-38 is your score. Bronx just hanging around. This is McCoy. McCoy underneath now to Pippin. Pippin, hesitation move on Maddox Myers. He stood stock still for just a moment, and then in a flash, he was already past Maddox Myers before Myers knew what happened. Granberg lofts a 3. That one's nothing but net. David Granberg having himself a night. He's got 20. 4.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. 41-51, Kremlin Hillsdale. That's a 13-point lead to 10. That's a 3-point attempt by Jack McCoy. It goes out of bounds to Kremlin Hillsdale. That one was a long air ball. Cameron Brewer checks out Merrick Judd. So Timberlake's leading scorers are now on the bench. It's Ethan Genlink, who has 14. Cade Redding, who has 17, are both riding the pine. This is Maddox Myers in the corner, guarded by Redding, up to Granberg. Granberg guarded by Brewer. Somehow bounces it out to Maddox Myers. Now to Stewart, right block. He's going to pull up on Severin. That 2-pointer's up and good for Caden Stewart. Stewart putting in work underneath for Kremlin Hillsdale. 8-point lead for Timberlake. This is Redding. Redding underneath now to Severin. Severin's turnaround jumper is up and good. He got his own rebound. Second time was the charm there for Cade Severin. I believe I said a moment ago that Cade Redding was on the bench. That is not so. He's on that right wing. and on the right bottom of that 2-3 zone for Timberlake. This is Keithley up top. Now to Bonine, right wing. Now to Myers. Myers to Stewart. Stewart hits the deck. They're going to say he was fouled, or they're going to whistle that one on. 55, Cade Severin. It's going to be on Severin or Redding. I think they're going to get Severin. Nope. They're going to say it was on Redding. Redding, that is his first foul. Now Severin will go to the bench. Sloop will check in for the Tigers. Lennon Schultz has it now. It's the primary inbounder for the Bronx is Bonine. He's fouled by Redding. Redding gave a little armbar to Everett Bonine. Was preventing him from driving that baseline, and he's whistled for a foul. So he was without a foul, and how long would that be? That'd be about 30 minutes of action, and then picks up 2 in 30 seconds. And David Granberg called for a double dribble, going for his 22nd points in the middle of the lane. Granberg still attacking here. Bronx down by 10 with just over 3 minutes left. Granberg gets beat by Redding. Redding has it go right off of his toe, out of bounds. So full court defense there from David Granberg, I would say caused that turnover. That was a good job by Granberg to, even though he was beat off the dribble, he hustled back, forced Redding to be uncomfortable and dribble it right off of his foot. Turnover there for Timberlake, 10-point lead. The Bronx will try to cut it to single digits. Now Keithley up top. He's going to loft a three-pointer. That one is out the back of the rim. Rattles out. Sloop throws it right into the feet of J.J. Pippin. Looked like he might have double dribbled. No call. His layup, he was going way too fast to lay that one up softly. He's too strong. And Redding nails the three-pointer, and that might be the dagger in this one. And I think the officials are just making sure things don't get out of hand here between David Hoover and Dylan Schloop. They were going at it, fighting for that rebound, and things got out of hand, required a whistle to calm things down. Cade Redding made another three-pointer. He's got 6 today. This is Everett Bonine, finds David Granberg. Granberg has 20. He and Redding are both tied with 20 today. That's the leading scorer in this one. And oh my goodness, that's just a little bit extracurricular, and the official points to the left. That means Timberlake basketball. And I don't know what's going on here. These two teams are getting physical to end this one. And David Granberg whistled for his first. Funny thing is, he's the one who hit the deck way after the whistle. So 2:10 left here, fourth quarter. Bronx down by 13. This is McCoy bringing it up now for the Tigers. He'll hand it off to Judd. Everett Bonine reaches in on Judd, whistled for the foul. That's going to be his 4th. That's the team's 6th. Now they're going to say it's the team's 7th. Team 7th, so 1-1 here from Merrick Judd. 1-1. You make the first, you get a second. If you don't make it, it's a live ball. Merrick Judd at the line. He's yet to shoot a free throw today. He scored 2 in the first quarter. He's yet to score since, until now. Makes his first free throw. He'll have a second upcoming. 14-point lead now for Timberlake, 57-43. Dribbles 3 times, up with the second attempt, and good. 15-point lead now for Timberlake. Bonine bounces it ahead for Granberg. Now to Hoover. Hoover driving middle of the lane. That left-hand layup is off the glass. Didn't even hit rim. Granberg, I think, was expecting a little bit more contact. Didn't find it. Sloop underneath. He's triple teamed. Now gets it out to Judd, to McCoy. Who is number 4 for Timberlake? Timberlake just checked in Jacob Diller. We got a walk underneath. The Sloop whistled for shuffling his feet there. Jacob Diller, the junior, just checked in for Timberlake. On the court for Kremlin Hillsdale are still their starters. If I'm Coach Hawkins, I'm getting these kids out of here. They're playing a back-to-back. They got 2 games on Monday and then districts against these same Timberlake Tigers on Friday. Don't want to see anything silly as far as injuries go in this last 90 seconds. Bonine pulls up from the free throw line. That one rattles out. Good job attacking that zone. Schloop came down with the rebound. This is Judd, one hand bounce pass to McCoy. McCoy right wing, guarded by Keithley. Keithley in the face of McCoy. This is Diller. Diller left wing finds Pippen up top. Hoover did a good job giving him space there. Pippen will not shoot a three-pointer. He's more of a threat to drive. And this is Hoover again guarding Pippen. Now to Diller, to Judd. Judd right wing. To McCoy up top. Tigers just wanted to pass this one out. 38 seconds left here, fourth quarter. Tigers are up by 15. This is McCoy. McCoy harassed by Keithley. 15-point lead, 30 seconds left here, and Judd will attack with the left hand. That layup is too short. This is Bonine crossing over. 23 seconds, 22 seconds. Keithley will loft a three from the left wing. That one's up and in. 12-point lead now for Timberlake. Coach Hawkins wants a timeout. Looked up at the scoreboard, and I think he might have thought that Kremlin Hillsdale was a little bit closer. So it's 4 possessions, 18 seconds. It's unlikely, but you know, who am I to say that it's impossible? 58-46, Timberlake is on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. I'll make sure that I've got my points right here for Timberlake. 5, 10, 14, 16. Yep, okay. So by my count, I have 2 points for Jack McCoy, 4 for Merrick Judd, 10 for J.J. Pippen, 20 for Cade Redding, 2 for Dylan Schloop, 6 for Cade Severin, 14 for Ethan Ginlink. Gives Timberlake 58 points in this one. For Kremlin Hillsdale, they've gotten 2 from Everett Bonine, 2 from Lennon Schultz, 20 from David Granberg. David Hoover has 4. Harris Keithley has 14, and Caden Stewart has 4 as well for the squad in white. The host Bronx are down by 12 with 18 and 9/10 left. Genlink will inbound now for the Tigers. Looking for Judd, finds him. He's going to be fouled, and that's David Hoover whistled for that one. Unfortunate there for the Bronx that Schultz and Hoover were the ones to trap. Hoover and Schultz were both Bronx players with 4 fouls. So Hoover will foul out. He's had 4 today. One of the Bronx's most stout defenders. And Lennon Schultz was making his rounds. He thought that he was the one that fouled out. He's got a big smile on his face as both Hoover and Schultz were in the area. Lennon Schultz giving fist bumps to referees, sprinting around. He thought that he was done for the night, and instead it was the senior David Hoover called for the foul. Ethan Ginlink checks out. Checking in now is Chase Pierce, as well as Pete Gwynn for Timberlake. 1-and-1 there. It's good for Merrick Judd on the front end. It's 3 for 3 from the line now. He'll have 1 more upcoming. Pushes the Timberlake lead to 13. 3 dribbles now for Judd. Up and good. 4 for 4 from the line is Merrick Judd. He has 6 today. Lead is now 14 for Timberlake. 3-point attempt again from Harris Keithley is up too strong, no good. This is David Granberg from the right wing. Driving inside the lane. His layup attempt rattles out. He was hitting the head with the basketball there. He'll have a chance to take the outright scoring lead in this one. He has 20 today. Trying to make it 22 at the free throw line, where he is 1 for 2, 1 for 4. He's 1 for 4 today from the line. 2 shots upcoming here. First free throw off the front of the rim and out. Always tough in the fourth quarter. Legs are tired. And certainly for Granberg. He's hustled on both ends. Managed to score 20 points and hold his matchup to less than that defensively. Makes the second. He's got 21. That's good enough for the outright scoring lead. And this is Redding. He'll dribble it out now for the Tigers. 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be your final. 60-47. Timberlake on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. Your first meeting between these two teams, Kremlin Hillsdale scored 49 compared to 45 for Timberlake, and in this one, 60-47 is your final. Timberlake on top of Kremlin Hillsdale. Got to be encouraged by your effort if you're Kremlin. Just had a rough stretch in that second quarter where you couldn't score and allowed 19 for Timberlake. 10-point deficit at halftime was too much to overcome. Timberlake wins it by 13, 60-47. We'll be back on Monday night for senior night in this same gym. This is Hayden Bonine signing off for Squirtle TV.
Nissan, where our people make the difference.
Wilshire Cabinet and Company sets the new standard in Oklahoma with custom pre-finished fine cabinetry, built in America to last a lifetime. Meet our expert team as we get to know you and your style of living in your home. Make the perfect choices to fit your design and budget with an unrivaled level of service. Complete your project with stunning selections from our hardware, Cambria countertop, and accessory collections. Experience our gallery, where inspiration is always fun, fresh, and lively.
Support your